He's going to mount her.
Oh, whoa!
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about striped skunks. Striped skunks are an American species of skunk, one of 4 American species: the striped skunk, the eastern spotted, the hognose and the hooded. They are related to polecats and other members of the weasel family, but their closest relation are actually old world stink badgers. They do look very similar to a badger. They are also a crepuscular species, meaning they mainly hunt at dusk and dawn. So these particular skunks that I have in my care are actually in the nocturnal house inside. They are mainly a omnivorous animal, meaning they'll eat fruit, vegetables and protein. And although they have an excellent sense of smell and hearing, they have very poor vision, being unable to see objects more than 3 meters away from their face, which in the wild makes them very vulnerable. My first skunk's name is Primrose, and we've had her for 2 years, and we recently got Chip a year ago. He was rehomed from Scotland. We introduced them to each other outside because we were a little bit worried about them actually spraying by not liking each other, but you can see it actually went really well. They have been inseparable ever since, and Chip had to go on quite a severe diet because he was morbidly obese when we obtained him. It's very common for skunks in captivity to get very overweight due to being kept in small enclosures and fed quite a lot of protein such as cat food. We put him on a very fruit-based diet, and that made him lose quite a lot of weight, which was very good, as you can see the difference in these 2 photos. They have now been together for over a year, and 2 weeks ago we walked into the enclosure to hear this noise. We were very happy to find 5 healthy baby skunks called kits. They are born blind and hairless like many other small animals, but they were all full of energy, which was very promising. On day 2 we were able to get a much clearer image of the babies. She had her babies in quite an awkward part of the enclosure. We had made her a den, and she decided to actually give birth behind the den, so it was very difficult for us to access them. But that meant that she felt more secure, so that was completely fine to leave her there. On day 3 they really started wriggling around, so that's a very good sign that they have got lots and lots of energy. Our main worry was that Prim was going to reject them by her not producing enough milk. So one thing that we made sure we always gave her was a milk supplement every single morning. Normally people only supply milk supplements to the babies themselves once they're rejected, but we have learned through experience that if you provide milk supplements to the mum, then that helps them to stop drying up their milk, and therefore the babies actually end up getting more milk, which is what you need. For the first week it was very touch and go whether the babies would survive, but we were very happy to see that on day 7 they were starting to grow fur. Primrose has been an incredibly good mum, even though it was her first lot of babies. She's very protective of them, which is what we want to see. Ultimately we don't want her to allow us to touch them. We want to make sure that she's going to protect them against anything necessary. A couple of days later we were able to get a really good look at the babies. Primrose managed to leave them a couple of times throughout the day to get some food, and we were able to get some very good videos. You can see they are really starting to grow some fur, and they're starting to look a lot more round as well, which is exactly what we want. On this day in particular, they actually started to open their ears. So on day 10, baby skunk's ears open and they start to listen to the world around them. By day 12, Primrose was getting a little bit more agitated, so she started stomping at us a little bit, which is a defensive display. She's protecting her babies, but that was still very good to see that she was very protective of them. And on day 15, you could see that their eyelids are starting to separate a little bit. They're starting to get a little bit more sensitive to light. So as we were filming the babies at this particular moment in time, you could see they were getting a little bit annoyed by how bright the light was. You can see the little baby at the front stomping a little bit, or practicing his stomping at least, which was really, really cute. Now, baby skunks do have the ability to spray from 2 weeks of age. So we had to be very, very careful to make sure they didn't get too scared. And on day 20, you could see they actually opened their eyes. We are absolutely over the moon with the development of these 5 kits. If you would like to see more updates, please do like or leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.